Hello everyone, welcome to Mathematics Solution channel, and today we are going to prove Rolle's theorem. What is mean by Rolle's theorem? What it says exactly? So before going to solve Rolle's theorem, we must know some basic concepts like what is mean by continuous function, what is mean by differentiable, right? So a function f of x said to be continuous, right? A function f of x is said to be continuous at a point A, then limit x tends to A, that is f of limit x tends to A, f of x is equal to f of A. So this is the definition of a continuous function. Similarly, the derivative means, again we will consider the function f of x, limit x tends to A, f of x minus f of A divided by x minus A should be exist and must be unique. So these are the two conditions which we should know to prove the Rolle's theorem. So what is mean by Rolle's theorem? I will give the definition and the conditions of the Rolle's theorem. According to that, we will prove the statement. A function, let f of x be any function, okay, any function in the closed interval a comma b, and it must satisfy the following conditions. The first one, f of x should be continuous in the closed interval a comma b. Second condition, f of x must be differentiable in the open interval a comma b. So differentiable in the open interval a comma b. And third condition, f of a is equal to f of b. If these three conditions are satisfied, then f dash of c is equal to 0 for some c belongs to the open interval of a comma b. Rolle's theorem is the special case of mean value theorem, but it is used to prove the mean value theorem. So what it says exactly? In any function, the beginning and ending values are equal. In Rolle's theorem, the beginning value and the ending values are equal, like this. Let us have some function here. So this is f of a and here is f of b. This is the point a and this is the point b. I have some point, that is f dash of c is equal to 0, and this is the tangent line, right? And this is the point C. A function starts at f of a and ends at f of b, then that point f dash of c is equal to 0. This is the better way to find the critical points. Some points in the tangent line is horizontal, like this. This is a tangent line. If you find any points in between f of a and f of b, at least any point, some points in the tangent line, it should be in the horizontal line, that is f dash of c is equal to 0. F of x is continuous in the closed interval a comma b. The f of x is differentiable in open interval of a comma b, and the f of a is equal to f of b, that is the starting point and ending points are equal. If it is there, then such a point, that is f dash of c is equal to 0, for that some value c lies between the open interval of a comma b. If the starting points and ending points are equal, it has the maximum or minimum inside the interval. We will prove this theorem by reducing into another theorem. That theorem is called Fermat's theorem. What Fermat's theorem says that? And before that, in this Rolle's theorem, in any function the beginning point and ending points are equal, then it has some maxima or minima in that closed interval a comma b. The same theorem says that if you have the starting point and ending point, it has minimum and maximum value, and it's the derivative of that such a value will become 0. So f dash of c will become 0. So we know here f of x is continuous in the closed interval a comma b. That means what? The given interval should be closed as well as finite. If it is there, then there will be compact interval will be exist. Once if you get the compact interval, then we can use the extreme value theorem. What extreme value theorem says that? You have any function in the closed interval a comma b, there will be exist maximum or minimum. So I am going to consider f as maximum and capital M, and minimum let it be small m, right, in the closed interval a comma b. Suppose in any function if the maximum is equal to minimum, then it must be constant, correct? I have let a is equal to, so let it be some a is the maximum, a maximum is equal to some 10, and b minimum is also having 10. Now there is no change here, then it must be constant, right? There is no change here. So here f has a maximum capital M and minimum small m in the closed interval a comma b. That means what? It has maximum equal to minimum, that means the function is constant. That is what here saying f of a equal to f of b. I am claiming that any one of the value strictly lies inside the given interval. For that, if f of a is equal to m and f of b is equal to m, so this is the f of a value, and I am going to consider as a capital M, and this is also capital M, and in place I fix the minimum value. So this is the actually c value, this is a, and here is b. So I am going to consider now maximum is not equal to minimum here. Now I have the function, let it be, this is the maximum I have, let it be some f of c, right, a, and this is b, f of a and f of b, and I will choose another value, that is f of c plus h, f of c plus h, which is the minimum, because in this value if you f of c is the maximum value, either if it is right hand side or left hand side, whatever it is, f of c is the maximum value, rest of the values are minimum value. For that I will choose here this h. Now h is towards to the right hand side and this one towards to the left hand side, so obviously this will become positive. Now if h tends to 0, okay, so here is also h tends to 0, this is the positive side and negative side, and we know the derivative function, what it is, f dash of c is equal to limit h tends to 0, correct, f of c plus h minus f of c divide by h, divide by h. Now I will consider two things, one is maximum and another one is minimum. Now first I will choose the maximum point, that means h is positive value, h is in the right hand side. Now the first thing I will choose f dash of c is equal to limit h tends to that 0 positive side, right, and f of c plus h minus f of c divided by h. Already we discussed that f of c is the maximum value and rest of the values are minimum, so obviously this term will become, suppose f of c is equal to some 3. Definitely it will be less than 3. So what you will get? This term which is less than or equal to 0. This term will become less than or equal to 0. And already h is the positive value. So this will become greater than or equal to 0. That means this is negative and this is the positive. So obviously this value will become 0, less than or equal to 0. That means we can conclude that here is f dash of c is less than or equal to 0. We got 1 point. Correct? If it is the left hand side, same thing, I will choose another point in this place. Let it be some f of c plus h. Okay, so I told you this is also minimum value because f of c is the only point which is the maximum. Now again we can do this. F dash of c is equal to limit h tends to 0. Now it is from the left hand side, so obviously this will become negative. Now f of c plus h minus f of c divided by h. In this argument, the numerator will never change anything because f of c is the biggest value or the maximum value. Using that, this will become again the less than or equal to 0. Now here is the trick we have, right? So if you start from the left hand side and towards to the right hand side, so this is the negative side and this is also will become 0, less than or equal to 0. This whole value now which will give it is greater than or equal to 0, which is greater than or equal to 0. Why? Because negative by negative will become positive, so that which will give the greater than or equal to 0. And we can find here f dash of c is greater than or equal to 0. Now from the above two arguments, first one and second one, we can write f dash of c must be equal to 0. F dash of must be equal to 0 for some c which is lies between the open interval of a comma b. For some c, that c definitely which belongs to open interval of a comma b. So this is how we can prove the Rolle's theorem by using Fermat's theorem. And thanks for watching.